How do you end the call with a business owner that you know you're not going to close? Do you ice them? Do you just burn it to the ground? Do you leave the door open? I mean, what do you do? And I'll tell you that I've done both, and I'll tell you what I used to do, and I'll tell you what I do now, and I'll tell you what I'm a believer in and what I think you're crazy if you're not doing what I'm about to share. I used to be the sales guy that if you didn't buy from me, oh boy, you were in for some trouble. I was never going to talk to you again. You were going to regret it, and I was going to do this, and you don't you dare call me, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? That was me. Let me get this thing positioned. And maybe some of you can relate, maybe not, maybe that's just me. I used to just get so mad that I would just burn it to the ground, and to the point where there was no return, right? If I tried to call that person, they would be like, dude, you were a total dick last time you called. Why would I work with you, right? Well, this is going to sound funny, but I actually got this inspiration from this movie called King Arthur. If you guys haven't seen it, phenomenal movie, by the way. And he always says this line. He always says, I might be mixing this up, but he says, why have enemies when you can have friends? Or why not have friends? Or sorry, whatever. Why have enemies when you can have friends, right? Whatever it is. I might have mixed it up. Essentially, why not just not burn the bridge? Why burn the bridge? Because you're prideful? Okay, I've been there. But guess what I've understood and what I've realized with those times when I am prideful? Doesn't make me money. Never does. It doesn't let me go and circle back around with them in a year or in 6 months or in 3 months or whatever. And I've been alive long enough and been business long enough that I've realized that relationships have cycles. Businesses have cycles. You could call a business owner today. He doesn't do it because he's going through a divorce. 6 months down the road, the divorce is finalized. He's ready to make some freaking money because he's not hiding it from the judge. And guess what? He's ready to roll. But if you're a dick and you just, burn the bridge, you're never getting that deal. Now, there's a way to do it. There's a way not to do it. I'm not saying when somebody gives a little bit of an objection, you just let them off the hook. I'm talking about you have done the preemptive selling, right? Which is bringing up the objections beforehand. You have gone through your sales script that is dialed in. They object. You've gone through the tie down and then the objection, overcome the objection, et cetera, et cetera. And still you can just tell that nothing you say, no deal you give, no restructure that you offer is going to help. My opinion in these situations, what I started doing recently is I started going, you know what? I'm not going to get this guy or this girl. So instead of burning this down, I'm going to tell them, hey, I know what's going to happen here, Mr. Business Owner, Mr. Business Owner. You're going to go and try to do this on your own or whatever. You're going to go try to work with this other company. Here's what's going to happen. I hope you're successful. I really, really do. I genuinely do. But I also want you to know, I think you're making a big mistake. And if you come back, it's going to be more. And as long as we're clear there, then I'm going to let you off this call or whatever, right? And I'm telling you, literally this happened to me today. Today, there was somebody who I jumped on a call with. Oh, how long ago was it? Let me turn off this assist before I run off the road. I jumped on a call with this individual. I think it was a week and a half ago. And, we did everything we could. We overcame the objections. We got to the end and we just couldn't get the deal. And every part of me wanted to just be like, dude, I'm not working with you, bro. You did it. And I wanted to show him. And something inside me is like, dude, don't do it. It's not going to help. And so we left the door open. We tried everything we could, and we just couldn't get the deal. That sun is in my eye, sorry. And what do you know? We get a message today that says, hey, guys, been thinking about this over the weekend. Can we work together still? Yeah, of course we can, right? Literally jumped on today, last appointment of the day, locked down a deal that I never would have gotten if I had burned the bridge. So here's my opinion. I don't care if it's a customer. I also don't care if it's a relationship. Maybe you terminate an employee. Maybe, there's a partnership to go sour. Never burn the bridge, guys. Never burn the bridge. And I'm not saying get walked over. I'm not saying don't close. Don't overcome objections. I'm saying don't be a fool. And if you're in this to make money, not be prideful, then you should never be burning a bridge. Ever, 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 ever. Because they will come back. And I've had multiple clients. This year, they're not ready. Next year, they are. And I'm telling you right now, I love this phrase, why have enemies when you could have friends, right? Like having enemies is not going to make you money. You creating enemies with your customers is not going to make you money. So go after the deal, push, overcome objections, do everything you can. But if you know you're not going to get it, leave the door open enough that they can save face if they decide to reach back out to you. That's the biggest issue I see is people are like, yeah, if you're coming back to me, dude, you're going to have to apologize and kiss my feet. No. I'm not doing that. I'm going to let you back in the door, but I am going to have a different price, and I'm going to make that very, very clear when that happens. And if there's anything that I've learned, because I lost so many deals I'm sure I don't even know about in the beginning because of my pride, and now I'm like, no, I'm going to be here. If this person takes 2 years to come around, I will still be doing digital real estate 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Some of you guys can't say that because you don't know if you're doing it or you're not, because you're half pregnant and you're just dabbling and you're not successful. But for those of us who actually are going to be doing this, and we're doing this for real, we're going to be around next year, and we're going to be around, in 5 years, 10 years, and the work you put in today might turn into a deal a year from now. So guys, do not burn bridges. Why have enemies when you could have friends?